Hi, I'm Petro Foy, and I'm one of the many artists signed to the US label Teggno Records. I'm here today to give you a little exclusive interview with two people I've just managed to catch up with in the UK, Manchester, Jon Rundell and Carl Cox. Carl, can you tell us a little bit about when you actually first come across the Teggno record label?
Yeah, I mean, Techno was always something which, well, when I was first met the boys, Lance and Gabe, and they always came to my events in New York just to see me play and to hand me records all the time over the DJ booth. And they always used to hand me records, and they still do. You know,
I think everyone does. Play this.
Yeah, and everyone around them, you know, when I hear the music of what they enjoy, I just got straight onto their music, and for me, the true sound of techno that comes out of New York, as far as I'm concerned, is from that label, and it has been solid ever since, and that's why I'm so behind them, because they really have a good passion, a good heart and soul for the music, and they really want to shake things up with what they're experiencing now with the music, and how they really want people to see what creative force they are, and people around them also. I mean, to have yourself and John and people like Steve Mulder and it just, the list just goes on now.
Yeah.
It's all a connected network.
You know,
from across the
totally. I mean, it's a very tight group. I mean, one of the things I was going to say, obviously, Teggno Records is co-owned by Lance Blaise, obviously alongside Rob B. And I know I just want to talk about Lance Blaise. I mean, you've just had him recently warming up for you in Mexico, was that?
That's right.
I just wanted to tell me what is it about Lance's kind of style and his music that really kind of got that kind of influence?
Well, Lance was always a guy that, first and foremost, he's very intelligent. He's very, he always has a massive thought basis based on how he wants people to understand him as an artist, and how he wants people to understand his music, and how he pushes things forward. I love that energy, you know. Yeah. For me to have Lance on that gig, for me, was just great, because the Mexico crowd probably not experienced someone like him before in that way. So it's a great compliment to me, but also it's a great compliment to see someone that I believe in that was able to go out there on his own self-esteem and to rock the crowd also, which he did very well.
Wicked. John, obviously, I mean, you've got remixes out on Techno, and you're doing tracks on Techno. What is it about the label that you like?
It's the same thing as Carl, really. I mean, I think the best thing about the label is how they've managed to pull this whole pool of younger, up-and-coming and previously lesser-known producers, and really help put them on the map. And you know, I obviously became aware of the label through Carl, when he was telling me, you've got to check these tracks out and things like that, after they've been handed them to him and stuff. And I was like, yeah, cool. And I kept an eye out, and then eventually got to meet the guys as well, and then did a remix for them on the track, and then we just released my first original release on the label. So it's been a little while coming for me, but you know, all the other stuff that's been coming through is like, you know, it's constantly evolving as well, and I think that's really important right now for them, you know. And they've just got such a tight crew of people, and everyone's really willing to like pitch in. And you know, when we did the party in Miami recently, and stuff,
it was great.
Everyone was there, all the artists, and it's like, you know, in that instance, you really feel part of like a movement, and you feel kind of proud to be involved in something like that, and you know, because everyone's got so much passion, so much energy about what they're doing, and they're just getting on with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2009 is looking up to be a pretty good year for yourself, John. What can we expect from Jon Rundell this year?
Well, I'm kind of working on a load of different stuff in the studio at the moment, and we've kind of really fresh, different ideas, and I kind of sit there and it's like, I'm sitting there and I'm going, this doesn't sound right, because it's so different what I'm working on, and I guess it's kind of, where people try and pigeonhole things, I'm maybe subconsciously trying to do that as well, but I should just probably just give it a go and let's see how it goes down, really, like I normally do. So it's like, you know, there'll be a few different things out for me this year for sure. I mean, you know, we've got some tracks bubbling around at the moment that have been getting played a bit recently, and you know, when the time's right, they'll get released around the summertime, hopefully, and I'm expecting some pretty cool things out of the track.
Cool. Speaking of summer, I mean, Carl, obviously Ibiza just around the corner. Just to define anyone that's not actually been to a space night, a Carl Cox Jon Space, could you tell people what actually makes your night so special? Because I mean, I've been there, and the atmosphere is electric. But I mean, what do you think of the actual success of the night? I mean, is it your 8th year now this year?
Yeah, it's our 8th year. I mean, the thing is, I've always put on parties, no matter whether it's for 50 people or for 50,000. I've always wanted to entertain people by music that I enjoy and I love. And the thing is about Space, I was given an opportunity to do something at that club as an individual DJ. But of course, I mean, I can't play in all the rooms, so I have to put the talent according to the room and the music I want people to listen to. So we have quite a definitive selection of DJs that play on that night, you know, from Goldie or to Ronnie Size to Pendulum to Norman Cook to Loco Dice to Tom Pooks. Really, it's a cumbersome of everything that I love in the sense of music out there, and I think that's the key to the success of Space, because you walk into the room and you hear a certain sound of music, and you walk somewhere else and there's something else going on. You walk somewhere else going on. So they always say variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think that's what makes it work, because it's just not one constant certain selection of sound, which is great. And of course, I mean, I keyhole the thing together in the sense of that a lot of people do come and hear me play in the main room, but equally on the terrace you probably get someone like Kanye playing at the same time. Yeah. So you got two super forces, you know, playing in this room. I mean, that's going to be a great night right there. Yeah, totally. You know, based on what we've created, and it's changed every week. That is the key. It's never the same, and every year it's never the same as well. So that's what keeps it fresh. But also I do a definitive set at the terrace, at the open air terrace, which starts at 8 o'clock, and have Angels of Love and their DJs playing as well, their unique sound. So already the party's starting before 12 o'clock, and we've got about 1,000 people starting, you know, right off the back. But most of the clubs in Ibiza don't really get going until about 2, maybe 3 o'clock. So our night's already rocking and rolling by 12, and that's unique also to have on the island, based on how we start the night as well.
Wicked. Well, guys, thanks very much for catching up with us. And if you want any more information on Techno, go to www.technorecords.com. If you want any more information on Jon Rundell, it's www.jonrundell.com. And obviously Carl Cox is www.carlcox.com. Over and out. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.